Hey, Mean Matt here, and well, Saturday was the Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble's now in the books, and yeah, from what I'm hearing from a lot of website or YouTube videos, anyways, just finished watching Cultaholic again. Yeah, this was kind of the shits. Not quite sure what to say about that. I thought that it wasn't terrible. Once again, it wasn't terrible. I liked it, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a good show, obviously. So, I mean, that's kind of the way I see it. But we actually started the show off with the Universal title, Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins, and I will give Roman credit. It's kind of cool that he didn't have the Usos in his corner, as promised. But kind of cool because he came into the ring and here comes the Shield music. So, honestly, that was amazing. And you have Seth come out with the Shield uniform on. He's coming down the audience and he does the whole somersault thing and it gets into the ring. But this was a really good match too. I mean, Seth giving his mind games and Roman trying to do the Superman punch. He did a spear. You did have the curb stomp by Seth, but that didn't work. It was a lot of close calls, obviously. And then Roman hits the guillotine. And Seth somehow gets to the ropes, and Charles Robinson counts to 5. Disqualification. Okay. Great. So anyways, you have the Women's Royal Rumble. And again, besides the disqualification, the first match was really good. And so was this. You've had a lot of great competitors coming into the ring. Sasha Banks, NWA's Melina. I know she used to work at WWE a while ago. And yeah, they really brought in that Hollywood theme. I thought that was very cool. She got eliminated right quick. Got Tamina, Kelly, Aaliyah, Liv Morgan. Now I know that Aaliyah and Liv have that whole East Rutherford, Toronto connection, or whatever you want to call it. The Toronto, New Jersey connection. But anyways, they went at it. Then you have Queen Zelina, Bianca Belair, Dana Brooke, Michelle McCool. Sonya Deville came in, but right away goes on commentary. So she's really playing that heel character very well, because I hate her guts. So, Dana Brooke, yeah, she was in there too. And Natalya, a surprise return from Cameron. So this was interesting because Corey Graves says, oh yeah, her and Naomi were friends and tag team partners. So Sonya gets in, beats the shit out of Cam and throws her out. Then comes Naomi. Now, that would have been a perfect opportunity for them to have a reunion. I haven't seen that in a while. Cameron was on AEW. I think it was Dark. I'm not sure how many matches that she did have, but whatever. We have Carmella, Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair. Ivory returned as the right to censor Ivory. And I gotta say, when Vicky came back for the Royal Rumble a couple years ago, she was on the microphone and she did her thing. It wasn't funny at all. I found this to be very funny, especially because Rhea Ripley threw out Ivory, and as she's picking her up and tossing her, Ivory still is on the mic talking. That was funny. That was very cool. Very cool. So she was there, Brie Bella, Mickie James. Now this was groundbreaking in itself because not only did you have Mickie James come out with the Impact Knockout title as promised, but she comes out to Hardcore Country. So talk about groundbreaking. That was, see, 10 years ago, you would have never thought that WWE and Impact would get together. But there you go. Pretty cool. So, we have Alicia Fox, Nikki Cross, Summer Rae, Nikki Bella, which teamed up on Sarah Logan. Sarah Logan comes out. You have this little moment with her and Liv Morgan, you know, very touching, but ruined at the same time because the Bellas threw them both out. You have Lita, Mighty Mo, which had a interesting conflict with Nikki Cross, the almost a superhero gimmick, which I thought was pretty cool. Ronda Rousey making her return, Shotzi Blackheart, and Shayna Baszler. Now, Shayna Baszler was the last woman to enter. Her and Ronda could have had a good, you know, and they did for a little bit, right? So that was cool. Her and Charlotte were the last to square off, and Ronda Rousey winning the Women's Royal Rumble and going off to, I'm hoping, face Charlotte. Charlotte could be a contender, but I was hoping Becky Lynch. If it is her and Charlotte, which kind of looks like it, I thought maybe it would be Lita and Charlotte, but there's still time. You've got the WWE title, Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar. Oh boy. You know, and this was a good match too. Brock Lesnar took Bobby Lashley to Suplex City. I think there was a point where he took Bobby Lashley to Dick Kick City. I can't remember what spot it was, but at least Bobby remembered to wear a fucking cup! So there was that. And then, of course, the ending was very confusing because the referee got knocked out. So, I mean, you got Brock who pinned Bobby, and they did a couple counts of that. And that was interesting because, you know, Brock gets up, turns around, and eats a spear from Roman Reigns. So Roman looks at Paul Heyman. Paul has that worried look on his face. But then it turns to this serious look, and it gives Roman the WWE title. And then Roman hits him, Brock Lesnar, and leaves the ring, leaving Bobby Lashley to defeat Brock Lesnar. Now, I mean, this is kind of like, honestly, why would you put Paul Heyman with Brock Lesnar if you were going to have him scrum over at the Rumble? Makes this, whatever, that's bullshit, didn't need to happen, but it did, so, yeah. Anyways, Edge and Beth versus the Miz and Maryse, It Couple versus the Grit Couple. Very good match. I said Miz and Maryse, and I'm honestly glad I was wrong. I mean, they were gonna hit I can't remember what the Miz's move was, but I mean, anyways, they're gonna hit that. You have Edge and Beth hit the double spear, and then they both hit the Glam Slam onto Miz and Maryse for the win. But it was a very good match all around. I really enjoyed that. And then we get the Men's Royal Rumble. So, Women's Royal Rumble was actually very, very good. We start off with AJ Styles. And then, of course, Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, we knew the history from those two. Comes out to Austin Theory, Robert Reed, Rich Holland, Montez Ford, Damian Priest, Sami Zayn, Johnny Knoxville. After that, obviously, we know that history. Could have had a lot more to do in this match, but didn't. You have Angelo Dawkins, Almost, Ricochet, Chad Gable, Dominic Mysterio, Happy Corbin, Dolph Ziggler, Sheamus, Rich Holland, Madcap, Riddick Moss, Matt Riddle, Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens. Yeah, Kevin Owens could have won this match too. That would have been pretty awesome, but you're regretting signing another contract, eh? Rey Mysterio. You have Kofi Kingston come out now. Usually we have Kofi do a little thing where he would leave the ring, but he wouldn't touch the ground. Something happened along the way where he actually grabbed the barricade, but for some reason his feet touched the ground. So he was automatically out of there. Wow. All these years, and now the cycle is broken, I guess. A moment of silence. So then we have that Otis comes out. Big E. There was supposed to be a spot with Big E and Kofi, of course. Bad Bunny comes out, hits a fucking destroyer. That was cool. He still has it. I mean, I know he's a rap star, but he still fucking has it. That's awesome. Then Shane McMahon comes out, and why they had to do that, I'm not quite sure. But Brock Lesnar eliminates both of them. Randy Orton was the last one out. Yeah. Brock Lesnar wins. You know, why did they have to have Brock come out? Seriously. We both know that Brock Lesnar was going to be at WrestleMania for the WWF title, so why did you have to have Brock Lesnar in the Rumble? Really, that's just bullshit. You could have had Kevin win. You might have even had Almost win. There is a lot of wrestlers to choose from, but because you have to have Brock Lesnar win. Compete in the first place. But, yeah, well, from what I hear, it's not the best Rumble, but obviously they compared it to 2015 when it was a terrible Rumble, and I will agree with that for sure. But anyways, yeah, there it is. Talk to you later. Bye.
So you know that them cutting WCW was a long time coming. But I think that there's this myth out there that Jamie Keller that's why he took pleasure in cutting WCW. I don't think that's the case at all. Because if you look at some of his earlier interviews,